What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our draft profile and analysis for Baylor defensive back Jalen Pitre. All that and much more coming your way right now. Before we get into today's video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It'll help us out tremendously. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. All right, Nick, as April's draft draws closer and closer, we have yet another draft profile to get to. Today, we're going to be talking about Baylor defensive back Jalen Pitre. Notice how I didn't say safety or corner. We're going to get into that in just a second. Jalen Pitre stands at 5'11", 198 pounds. PFF has him ranked as the number 6 cornerback in this draft class. And Nick, you have a pro comparison of Antoine Winfield Jr. for Jalen. When you take a look at his career stats, played 5 years at Baylor, which is obviously he had a redshirt year, 46 total games, 195 total tackles, 36 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, 10 passes defended, and 4 forced fumbles. This guy was all over the football field. He had check marks in every single box all the time. He was a phenomenal player for the Baylor Bears, and at the end of the day, Jalen Pitre has done enough to be considered one of the top defensive backs we have in this draft class. Nick, tell us a little bit about the strengths and weaknesses that set Jalen Pitre apart from some of the other players we have.
Yeah, when looking at Jalen Pitre, there's a lot to like about this guy. What he's able to do with such a small frame, under 6 feet tall, this guy is an absolute thumper, and he's willing to bring the pain to you. With 36 tackles for losses in his career, this guy has such incredible instincts, and his ability to pick up on plays, especially runs, is what's going to make him incredibly special at the next level. When we look back at the combine, Jalen Pitre did not run the combine, and that was for a reason. His speed and a straight line is not going to really show you exactly what his speed is on the field. This guy plays with incredible speed and quickness as soon as that ball is hiked, and that is something you're just going to have to look at the tape to realize. Jalen Pitre is not going to be your prototypical free safety with such a small frame. He's going to be a Jaquan Brisker type, sit in the box a little bit, sit as a strong safety, and really help out against tight ends. His physicality and ability to identify plays is really going to help him at the next level. But when we take a look at his weaknesses, if he's going to play cornerback where PFF has him ranked, he's going to have to unlock his hips a little bit. This guy is very rigid when he is mirroring a wide receiver, and if he's going to stick with them, he's really going to have to prove upon this. And he also needs to lower his pad level, just like his friend Daxton Hill. He's another one who likes to tackle high. If you're going to go up against some bigger running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, or some bigger tight ends, you're going to have to get a little bit lower on these guys in order to take him down.
You talked about Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. Well, when we're taking a look at potential teams that could utilize the services of Jalen Pitre, we look no other than the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have to face those guys twice a year. The Jacksonville Jaguars really have done an incredible job of spending money this offseason, really trying to fill all of the holes that they have on their roster, and that goes without saying. When you take a look at Pitre, he will be the young gun in that defensive backfield. He'll be able to develop as both a safety and a cornerback. He'll be able to work with all of the talent that they were able to acquire in that defensive backfield, and I fully expect him to be part of Doug Peterson's plan to get this team to the next level. Jalen Pitre will be a solid pickup for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Another team that we should keep an eye on is the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have Jeremy Chinn in that backfield, but that secondary overall definitely needs some work. And when you look to Jalen Pitre's ability to be a corner or be a safety, he can be used in multiple packages and really stay on the field and help this team out. The Carolina Panthers are looking to compete in this division, even though Tom Brady is back. And if they're going to do so, they need to improve the secondary, and Jalen Pitre can definitely get them there.
Another team that overwhelmingly underperformed last year would be the Washington Commanders. And the Commanders, they haven't really been able to do much this offseason as they're in salary cap hell, but acquiring the services of Carson Wentz fixed up a little bit of their offensive struggles. Now they have to work on the defense. And while that may be a strong suit and at their best they could be a top 5 defense, they have to fix up this safety position, the nickel corner position. I think Jalen Pitre could be the answer to that. In the second round, this guy is a high value target for them. He would be able to provide them much relief and a lot of ability on the back end of this defense. I fully expect the Commanders to want this guy in the second round.
And lastly, let's look at the Green Bay Packers. Yes, they have Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos, but they're going to need another guy back there because when you look at a lot of depth charts nowadays, these teams are 3 deep at the safety position as they like to rotate these guys in and out, make sure that they're staying healthy and fresh throughout the game. And Jalen Pitre would be a dynamic weapon to go along with this Green Bay secondary. With him on the field, I think that he offers so much to them, help them out as a deep safety, which is exactly what they're looking for because the Green Bay Packers are still fighting for a Super Bowl, and if they're going to go up against the Rams, go up against the Bucks, they're going to need all the coverage help they can get, and hopefully Pitre can get them there.
At the end of the day, Jalen Pitre is one of those guys that is going to provide much relief for any team right off the bat, but he does need to develop a little bit, and with the right coaching staff and the right amount of work given to him, I believe that he has what it takes to be one of the bigger and better corners that we have coming out of this draft class. It's all about timing with this guy, and I fully expect him to develop into a really, really good prospect. But I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of Jalen Pitre, where you want to see him get drafted, and who you have as your pro comparison for him. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.